Get ready for a shocking experience because that's what we got today. No, we're not playing with electrical stuff. We're changing off the shocks on this 81 Monte Carlo behind me. Its handling characteristics could best be described as nautical. Anyways, brand new shocks. We're going to bring the ride handling characteristics back to where they need to be. This is a pretty simple job that you can do in your garage with the jack and basic hand tools without killing yourself physically or spending too much time doing it. Let's get the car up. Let's get started. All right, so my son is getting the car jacked up over here. Teach him young. Anyways, this is what we're going to use. These are some Duralast parts. We're doing front shocks and rear shocks. Now, this is what they come with. You come with the shock, the hardware, and there's your part number for the front shock. Rear shock also comes with the shock, the hardware, and there's the part number for the rear Duralast shocks. Now I realize you can get more expensive shocks. There's a lot of other ones out there. I happen to like the KYB Gas Adjust too, but for this beautiful cruiser, these are going to work just fine. So, quick and easy stuff. This 81 Monte Carlo belongs to my mom. Beautiful beast. We put a GM Goodwrench motor in it, about 12 years ago or so, and it's a beautifully smooth running piece. So, let's get the jacksons under it. Let's get to work. All right, we're under hood. We're going to get this loosened up first. Notice the double nuts so that way the shock doesn't come loose. And then we're going to go to the bottom, under here. There's the control arm. And you got those two screws there. Technically they're screws because they go into a speed nut or a boss. Anyways, we're going to get those loosened, get the top loosened, and the shock falls right out the bottom. Then we'll do the same thing to the other side. See, shock absorbers are nothing to be afraid of, especially on these coil-sprung GMs. They're pretty easy to work on. Let's do it. So this fine specimen of crustiness. Now, as you saw, it didn't just come off clean. I did squirt this with penetrating oil. I didn't have any luck. I had to resort to other means. Had to break out the cutoff wheel to get the nuts broke off because the threads are just, beyond nasty. So we're going to throw that guy aside. Brand new one here. Going to get a healthy dose of one of my favorite substances in the whole wide world. Not because I like looking like the Tin Man, because I like getting things apart. Now, if I ever have to do this again, it's going to come apart like it's supposed to. So I'm just going to, never seize up the screws that came out of the bottom. I'm going to put a little bit of never seize up here. This one's got a nice little hex. I got to find hex. Nope, it's just got two flats for a wrench. So I'm going to find the right wrench. We're going to stick some never seize on this. And, in case you've never done this before, let me illustrate this point. This is something that, if you do this a few times, you will get good at it. And it's not hard to do. So, you got the shock top. You got one of the silver retaining cups. Make sure the cup part points up on the bottom. Next up, you've got a couple of your little rubber isolator bits. Now, that little nub goes into the frame. So we're just going to slide that guy on it. And then once you get this through the frame, the other isolator goes over it. And then the next little retaining cup with the cup down this time. And then you put the two nuts up on top. Pretty easy to do. We're going to keep going forward. More time lapse. That side's done. We're going to move to the other side. Not going to bore you with the details on that because you saw us do it the first time. Pretty easy stuff. You know, a couple of nuts on top, 2 screws on the bottom. Shocks are nothing to be afraid of. I'll bring you back in when we get the back up in the air and we're doing the rear shocks. So stay tuned. Welcome to the back end of the underside of a G-body. This is the rear shock, just as crusty looking as the front. We got this nut down here and 2 way up there. Now it's a far cry from the underside of my El Camino, which I've added all sorts of extra bracing and stuff. But as you can see, we've got some exhaust to get in the way and all that good stuff. Whoop, there we go. So I got those 2 there, that nut there. Now, I come back to this side because I'm pointed this way. It's important to note that when you loosen up this and take the shock off, or you loosen up those 2, make sure you have a jack under the rear end. This is at full droop, but when you take that shock off, it's going to go down a little further. And you don't want it to fall on you, you know, any of your friends that are working with you, your kids if they're working with you, like I have mine with me today. So yeah, I'm going to grab the jack. We're going to put it under the lower control arm mounting point, somewhere about there. I guess I should knock that guy loose first before I put the jack under it too far. Then I'm going to look at the tops. Now usually those are speed clips, or if the speed clips have broke, it's a nut and bolt combo. I'm not sure what it is on this one. We're going to find out in just a few minutes. Ahoy, mateys! It looks like it'd be time to cast these back to the briny depths from which they came. Alright, so the shocks are done. You saw the crustiness on those things. And I promise, we didn't just dredge this thing from the bottom of the lake. No, this has been my mom's car for, I don't know, for as long as we've been working on cars pretty seriously. So, we're going to go drive this thing, make sure there's no unusual clunks, stunks, bangs, or strange handling characteristics. You know, the things you got to do to make sure the car is going to be safe. Anyways, let's go drive it. I'm sure this thing will handle better because at some speeds with some, the wrong bumps, it got kind of floaty, spooky. Ghost pirate ship, since we're sticking with the nautical theme today. Anyways, let's go have some fun. Let's go drive this thing around. Oh yes, it is driving so much better. No more ghost ship, no more nautical ocean going, no more seasickness. It's good. Shakedown runs complete. I did not get seasick. No need for Dramamine here. Yeah, it's handling beautifully again, just like a G-body is supposed to. I'm very pleased. So, thanks for watching. Smash that like button. Comment, all those good things. Please, it really helps me out. Thanks for watching. Stick around. There will be more content, including the race car and some other repairs I've got coming up. So, more to come. Stay tuned. Thank you.